Great. Hello, good morning. Welcome to Bars and Bells, the morning routine. My name's Lauren, and this is Ian. And we'll get started with a little bit of a balance aid to work on some feet warm up, balance, knees, ankles, hips, get all ready. So I would suggest you have something to hold on to, making your balance not the priority, but your ankles. Let's just get this in a nice place. There we go. Okay, standing up tall, holding onto something lightly, trying to keep your eyes up, even though you want to look down. Let's slowly bend or push away from the floor. So we're bending at those toes. Now push into the floor from your big toe strength. Roll over those toesies. Roll back to that big toe, and then slowly push down through the foot. Same thing other side. Thank you for the quarter turn. Come closer, Ian. You're really far away. There we go. Bend, push the floor away. You're up on the tip of your big toe. Gently roll over. Push the floor away back to that big toe point. Down and push down through your heel. One last time. Demi point, point through toes. Gently roll over, staying tall on the other hip as you do this. Back to our pointy toes. Demi point, and push down on a pop can. Last switch. Demi point, big toe point, roll over, roll back, demi point, crush a pop can on the way down. Keeping your feet in parallel, your knees nice and straight, your butt squeezed, your abs base. Can you try to take your feet or your toes, the balls of your feet off the ground? So you're standing only on your heels. Try not to lean back too much. Use that balance aid. Try to find a balance hold for 3, 2. Now, slowly articulate down so that you can feel the outside of the foot start touching the floor, the big toe or the mounds of the feet, the balls of the feet, the baby toe articulates, the ring toe, the middle toe, the index toe, the thumb toe, and you roll up to a 2-footed balance on the balls of your feet. And hold this position for 5. Push the floor away, pull your kneecaps up, squeeze your butt. 3, 2, slowly lower, slowly lower. Feet are gripping the floor so those arches stay high. You more feel the outside of your feet as you come down. Repeat one more time. Shift your weight back slightly. Try to lift the balls of your feet and stand on your heels again. Heels, heels, heels. 4, that's tricky. 3, 2, one more time, roll through the foot, feeling the outside contact, and then rolling through the pinky, ring, middle, index, big toe, and ultimately going to a rise. Nice, and holding that risen position. Kneecaps up, butt squeezed, couldn't push you over. Could you change your gaze? Could you look around the room? Moving your head or moving your eyes? If that's easy, could you close your eyes? And then last, slow lower, keeping everything nice and straight, straight, straight. Soft landing. Great. Shake that out. Step your feet a little bit wider to block your hips. We're doing our rib slides. I like my arms out or across your chest. Take your ribs, slide them across your body. Then back onto center, slide your ribs across your body. Repeat. Center, slide. Shoulders are staying parallel with the floor, not tipping from side to side. Last 1 or so each way. Is it harder to go one way than the other? Are you actively pulling yourself back to center? Relax. Back to our feet. Let's stand in parallel, feet touching this time. Squeeze your butt, rotate out, so you're in your first position. From there, let's articulate the feet just like we did in parallel. First, we bent through our demi point. We went to a big toe point. We gently rolled over. We rolled back to point, demi, and then heel pushes back down to where you got it from. Other side. Bend, point, roll over. Try not to dump in that standing hip. Roll back, demi, and down. One more time each side. Bend, point, over. Show me that inseam. Back to point, demi, heel, 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 heel. Last time, other side. Demi, tall on the inside leg, point, roll over, point, demi, crush it down. Great. Could we stay tall, tuck our hips under, think about pushing away from you or driving those knees out in order to come down into a little plie squat. So push those knees over their toes, stay in your toaster, sitting up tall, tall, and then push down to stand up, pulling yourself up into that straw again. Let's do that again. Knees go away from you, pushing knees over toes, staying tucked under. This time you're gonna pull in and pull up and roll up to your balance. And hold. Hold that balance. Use your chair if needed. 3, 2, keep your knees straight, heels land. Heels come down, knees bend and push over those toes again. Nice, tucked, tall, knees driving out. Extend at the knees or push yourself up tall into your straw. Keep rising to a tall balance and hold. Can you look around again? Could you think about transferring your weight onto a single leg? And then the other leg? When you do that transfer, thinking about stacking your ankle under your knee, under your hip, under your shoulder, back to center, 2 feet, and control descent. Control, control, knees straight, soft landing. Shake it out. Whew. Yeah, that was work. Butts, good. Ribs, this time, I'd like to get on our Ferris wheel. So our ribs are gonna try to rotate. I'm really exaggerating it, but in this Ferris wheel direction here. Step your feet wider than hips. I like to cross my arms for this activity. First, I'm gonna think about getting on my Ferris wheel and going right to the top. So lifting up. Then my Ferris wheel is gonna slide to the right. It's gonna pull down on my abs, slide across my body to the left, lift up, and pull itself back to the tall point. Let's do that same Ferris wheel direction again. To the side, pulling down on the core, sliding across, no hips, lifting up and to the top of the Ferris wheel. Now pause at the top of your Ferris wheel. Let's switch directions. Slide the other way. Pull down, pull across. Lift up that outer circle all the way to the top of the wheel. One more time, same direction. Over, pull down, slide across, lift up, and back to center, and relax. I don't know if I've actually been on a Ferris wheel. Maybe once. I have maybe one memory. Kind of scary, that bucket that swings back and forth. You've been in one? Sue, if you're out there, have I been on a Ferris wheel?
Florida, definitely.
Anyway, back to our Jane Fondas. Feet parallel. Feet parallel. Okay, Ian's reliving his childhood. Feet are parallel. We're going to get into a little Jane's. Knees push over toes. Stay up tall. Stand back up. Pull yourself into your straw. Do it again. Knees push over toes. Stay up tall. Now stand up tall, roll up. So you're back onto your tiptoes again. Okay? Control the descent. Now let's put that all together. Knees over toes. Stand up tall, roll up. Stay on your toes. Could you stay on your toes and come into a little bit of a squat here? Light little squat. Stand yourself back up. Slowly find your heels again. One more time here. Knees over toes. Keep your heels down, stand up. As you stand up, roll yourself to find that balance. Find a little bit of a squat here. Stand up tall and slow descent down. Great. Let's do that same thing, but a little bit of a first position. So slightly turn out. If you don't like that position, you can do the exact same thing again in parallel. Knees over toes again, like we practiced our last drill. Stand up tall. Keep pulling yourself up so you pull up to a rise. Stay up there. Heels now start coming down. Knees stay straight. Do it again. Knees push over toes. Use your balance aid as needed. Tall, tall. Pull your knees up or straighten your legs, but keep rolling up to your demi point. Now, just to spice things up and go a little wild, could you stay on your toes, push your knees out, and do a little plie from up here? Keep showing me your heels. Now stand back up to that tall place, and then slow down. Whew, that was fun. We should maybe try that again. Knees push over toes. I'm changing it. Heels peel away from the floor. We're already on that rise. Could we straighten our knees from this position? Hold that rise. 3, 2. We're going to go back, knees over toes. So bending knees, staying on your toes. Then heels find the floor. Then pull yourself up into your straw. Shake it out. Yeah, I know. Excuse me, my water's here. All right, one more rib cage move. We went Ferris wheel, slide, slide. We're now going to go in the gravitron. What was that called? This one.
The vortex.
The vortex. Okay, that's our direction this time. So stand up tall, feet wider than hip width. I like my hands across my chest for this one. I'm going to first come to the front. Hips don't move. Slide to one side. Push yourself all the way back, behind you on that side, then pull across the back of that circle. You're on the other edge of the circle. You're coming all the way to the front and ending up where you started. Your pace, same direction again. Carving out all the corners of this circle. I like to imagine my bra or my shoulders staying at the same height the whole time, so not dipping from side to side. Whew, that's good. Let's pull back to center, pause for a second. And we have to go 2 to the other way. So to the front first, slide. Shift across. Back up behind you. Sliding across. And then pulling yourself forward and around. One more time. Same direction. Sliding. Oh, this just feels so good. Across. All the corners of the circle. Oh, yeah. And then back to center. And shake it off. I feel that so good right in here.
Want to make that move.
Ian's working hard back there.
Yeah, it's hot back here.
It is hot back here. All right, clear your area. Little bit of room. We've been working on some crawls on Sunday morning. I'd like to make a combo crawl today. Do a typical bear, and then introduce a maybe wild and crazy new crawl into your repertoire that we'll try lightly and see how it goes. First, we're going to combine our elephant and our lizard crawl. Can you imagine? First, let's roll ourselves down. I'd like to forward fold to start today. If you want to hinge down to the floor, go ahead. But if you're forward folding, really try to roll yourself down and just hang out at the bottom and dangle. Oh, I did some serious, well, both of us, we did some serious gardening yesterday. And my hamstrings are saying hello today. Walk yourself out to first your down dog or the top of your elephant crawl. From here, just say, A nice hello to your hamstrings, maybe bending one knee, straightening the other. Breathing, pushing the floor away for now. From here, we're going to walk our hands, drop our hips and walk our hands forward to our high plank. This is where your lizard comes in. Now taking your right foot, could you bring your right foot up to beside your right hand? Oh yeah, ease into that for now here. Get your lefts and right. Straighten that back knee. Push your front knee away from you and your back heel away from you. 3, 2, create some tension, brace your abs, lift that foot up, put it back, switch sides, lefty to lefty, or the other side, depending on what you're doing. Back knee straight, front knee shoots energy out, back heel shoots energy out. Pew, pew. 3, 2, brace, put that foot back where you got it. Let's go back up to our elephant again. We push our hips back up. We're pushing the floor away. This time we're trying to push both heels down, straighten our knees, tilt your tail to the ceiling. For added bonus, could you lift your toes off the floor? If we're okay on our wrists, we're going to do this one more time. Drop your hips, walk through to your high plank. Right foot comes up beside right hand. Really try to straighten that back knee. Get your chest nice and long or your spine long. Reach and push those legs away from each other. Pull them back together. Brace your abs, lift your foot, switch legs. Taking your time. Last little lizard here. Shoot out the heel, shoot out the knee. Oh. Pull together. Now, brace, foot goes back. Let's go one more time through that elephant, taking as little or as much time as you want here. And then either your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. Start making your way back up to tall. If we folded down, let's unroll ourselves back up. Oh. We've learned a couple lessons about tools over the past couple weeks and how having the right tool really changes a task. And I think for Christmas, I'm going to ask for a long hoe, because right now I have a hand hoe and doing about 700 square feet of gardening hand hoeing that gets old really quick. So we need a long hoe for Christmas. All right, that was a nice curl. Let's squat. Feet wider than your hips, toes slightly turned out. I'm going to put you all in your toaster. Tuck your hips under, drive out, pushing those knees out as you pull yourself down into your low sumo bat squat here. Sorry, it's a little, I like to do this sideways here. Tucked under, sitting up tall. Now drive into the floor, pushing almost away from you to push yourself back up tall. Pull your kneecaps up. Can you imagine if I asked you to go on a rise? Would that be possible? Okay, let's maybe try that next time. Heels come down if you were up there. Do it again. Tuck. Slowly come down. Stay tall. Pull yourself to your low. Could we shift a little knee over toe one way? A little knee over toe the other way. Back to center. Push down to go up. This is wider than our second position. I recognize that. But could you find a balance up here? Stay tucked, Lauren. Squeeze. 3, 2, one more time. Soft lower. One more squat. Staying tucked. Pull down. Can you find a little bit more this time? Shift. Shift. We're doing this for your ankles. Back to center. Well, Ian hasn't shifted yet. Come back to center, Ian. Now push down to go back up. One last rise. Hold. 3, 2, slow descent. Step to center. Shake it out. All right, crawl number 2 is the bear. I'd like for you to challenge yourself and create, you don't need a lot of room, but make a square in your head right now, okay? And we're gonna travel like that in our bear square. Come on down. I am on fire today. All right. I'd like you to think about doing 3 or 6 steps. So that doesn't make sense. 1, 2, 3, 4 steps forward, 4 steps lateral, 4 steps backwards, 4 steps lateral. Join me or just hang out in your stationary bear. Whatever you're doing, your fingers are spread out wide, your hands are gripping the floor. Pull your shoulders down, tuck your toes, brace your abs, lift your knees 1 to 2 inches off the floor. They stay that height the whole time. Bowl of water on your back, don't spill it. 4 steps forward, opposite hand and foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll have to line yourself up again. Opposite hand and foot sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4. Backwards 4, opposite still. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last lateral. 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees come down, break for a second. Come up off your hands. How was work? Did you spill the water off your back? Don't.
No mess.
Don't. I know we went both ways, but I'd like to do it again, but start the other way. 4 steps again, when you're ready. Hands under shoulders, grip, tuck toes, 3, 2, brace, lift. Go to the other direction first. So I'm going lateral first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Forward first. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lateral. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Set down. Shake it out. Stand up. No rules. Just stand up. Great. Nice bears. Watching you. Actually, I can't see you at all, but we could pretend. You back? All right. Sorry, looking at my notes. Wider than hip width, toes slightly out. This is even wider than the last stance we were in. Toes slightly out. We're gonna sit our butt back into our imaginary chair behind us. Knee is allowed to go over toe, but tracks that foot. I sit back in my imaginary chair. I'm keeping this flat foot on the long leg. This is also acceptable. From here, drive down and extend through that butt to push yourself back up. Sit back on the other side. Sitting low, knees gonna push forward. Keep chest nice and long. Drive down and up. Same thing other side. Sitting down. Chest is not touching my knee. Push down and up. Other side. Where are you feeling work? You should feel some stretch work through that adductor groin on that long up. One more time each side. Leg. I was working with somebody this morning and I said, I want you to think about driving through the butt to stand up versus your knee. So that knee obviously is taking load. Last time on the other side. But I want the drive to come through the glute. Stand up tall. Deep, 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 deep. Walk yourself up. Shake it out. Okay, this is our new crawl today. Think back to your childhood. Did you ever play crab soccer? I hated that game. But anyway, I always thought, why are we doing this so inefficient? Come on down to the floor. First, all I want you to do, be gentle, this is different on wrists, is I want you to sit like me. So my feet are pointing forward, my knees are bent, my hands are pointing behind me, fingers pointing away. Pull your shoulders down, almost lifting up your chest a bit. Elbows are gonna stay straight. Maybe this is where you stay. Maybe you think about loading up those arms and those feet and just hovering your butt off the floor. Let's just hover. Can you lift your hips? Brace your abs, lift your hips, and hold for 4, 3, 2, and soft landing. If that was great, do that again. If you'd like a little advancement, We're gonna maybe try to think about extending our hips to become more of a tabletop. So regrip that floor, pack your shoulders, push down, extend your hips. So they're hovering like they did last time. If you want more, could you drive those hips through to a tabletop-like position? Explore this. What do your blades say? I just pulled mine back together and down. My head's neutral, my glutes are squeezed. 3, 2, and then pull back down to center. How was that? Great. All right, I'm gonna throw one more thing at you. We're not gonna crawl with this, but we're gonna maybe imagine how we could transition out of this. So where could we go from here? Could we imagine that one day we could end up back to our bear position? So I'll show you first, and if you'd like to try, great, and if not, also great. Hips would lift slightly. For the first time, hips would lift. We'd pick a side, and we'd think about pivoting our weight and transferring over to our bear. Maybe one day, coming back, I would say that that's harder. Okay? If you'd like to try it, try it. If not, let's just go hover, hold again, or extend, hold. Pick what you're gonna do. Pack your shoulders, grip the floor. First we hover, maybe that's where you stay. If you wanna try a little transition, pick a side. You're gonna shift your weight. You're gonna lift a hand. You'll start pivoting your feet. Your hand will find a new place and your second foot will find a new place. Hold your bear, 3, 2, come back down. Let's just reset, so sit back to your butt and try going the other direction, same move, okay? Same move, other direction. Last move, last time like this. Pull your shoulders down, grip, hips hover, maybe that's where you stay. Added bonus, start transitioning your weight to, I leave the hand first, one hand leaves. I start transitioning over, my feet pivot, and then my hand finds the floor, my foot finds the floor. Hold your bear, 3, 2, relax. One day we'll get from our bear, transitioning back to our crab. I've never done that till now. Something new, something different. Let us know what you think. If you like it, if you hate it, we recognize that's different on your wrists. We recognize that's different on all parts, so let us know how that went. I'd like to work for one set here on our single leg squats. We've done all of our two-legged squats, all the single legs. Front, side, back. We're gonna tap all those places, tap, trying not to transfer that load. So pick a single leg, stand on it, and see how you can already hover that other leg off. Keep tall in that hip. Keep that hip tight. As you push back, knees allowed to come forward, hips push back, thighs stay in line for right now. Tap to the front. Tap, drive down, stand up by extending your hip. Butt. Pull the leg underneath. Same thing, but you're tapping to the side this time. Sit back, send that leg side, light tap. Light tip tap, knee tracks toe, all the way tall. To the back, same leg. Both hips go back. Reach long with that back leg, but don't fold forward too much. Reach, square up, load up glute, extend through. Let's stay on the same leg and do it one more time. I know it's work. Sit back, tap front, quads in line, hips level. Tap, extend, pull underneath. Lateral, sit back. You can see how much work this is on my front leg to stay stable. It quivers a little bit, all the way tall. And last time, to the back, reaching long, squaring up, and driving to stand up tall. Put the other foot down, shake it out. It's hot. Whew. Other leg, same move, same directions. Stand tall in that second leg. Sit back, tap in front, keep those quads in line. Light tap, stand up tall, driving your hip through, leg comes underneath. Same thing side. Sit back, tap side, stand up to the back. Reach long out the back, squaring up, all the way tall, driving through. Last time, three again. Front. Sit back, quads in line. Tap. Extend. Lateral. Tap. Extend. Last time. Sit back, tap back. Stand up tall. Relax, shake that out. Oh, nice. Good, I'm glad you tried the crab. I know, it's a very inefficient way to walk. I don't recommend doing it for very long. The comment was, I can't believe I used to walk around like that. I know. It's also much easier when you're like 40 pounds, not triple that.
I'm not 40 pounds right
Yeah, yeah, you're right here. Distracted. Okay. Ian wants to do another Cossack. You said that.
I know, because it looks like you have an extra second.
I know. Let's go back to our Cossack squat. Sitting back to one side. Reaching long. After all that single leg work, after all that other movement, do we have a little bit more room to get lower? Now, drive down to push yourself up tall. Same thing, other side. Sit back. That knee is tracking that toe, staying up tall. Drive down and up. Let's just do one more each side. Sitting back here. Chest is off. Leg and up. And last one on the other side. To center, pushing up. Heel toe back. And shake it out. Okay, that comment just inspired me to do, let's do one more round of crawls. Here are your options though. You hated the crab, that's cool. Go back to an elephant walk. Boop, 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 boop. Or your elephant lizard combo. Or just your lizard. Or your bear. If you'd like to join us for a little crab fun, let's do that again. What are you gonna do, Ian? Crab fun?
I'll do crab.
Yeah, let's do crab fun.
I'll do crab.
Okay, this time what I want crab fun to be is any of the above as I just suggested, or I'll show first. Set, lift, maybe the transition spin. Hold, let's not come down this time. Hold, hold, hold. Could you think about the transition back? Use as many feet and hands as needed, okay? Yeah, and exactly, Ian just said a nice regression would be butt on the floor here and rolling, yeah, exactly. Rolling with more contact to the ground. Okay, Ian's gonna do that. Ready, crab positions, butt lift, pack shoulders. Hand is gonna leave the floor first. That pulls your body over, your feet pivot, your hand finds the floor, your other foot finds the floor, bear hover, or bear knees down. 3, 2, could we think about going back to where we came? I start pivoting my knees almost away from me and my feet. My hand leaves, my foot leaves, but my foot's the first to find, then my hand. Okay, come down for 1 second. Same thing, other side. Let me spin. Ready? Lift up. Hand leaves. Starts to pull the upper body across. That same foot leaves. Hand finds, foot finds. Hold. 3, 2. Now back to where you came from. Start your rotation away. Opening up your hips and your lower body. Hand leaves, foot, hand, lift, hold. 2, 1, and down. Cool, so we can all do different crazy things from there, pivoting, whoa, all that sort of ninja moves. We'll get into that. Until then, slowly make your way to standing. Have a little sip. I wanted to get into a little bit of a rotation. So grab a chair to sit on. And if you're like Ian and you don't have one, you could stand or kneel. I like the chair because it blocks my hips a little bit. That being said, you can still rotate from your hips wherever you are. So think about this. Knees and hips are always going to point forward. We're trying to rotate our upper body here. Plant your feet, hips forward. Cross your, sorry. Cross your arms gently, not smashing. Tall. I also want you to think that your head stays in line with your sternum as you rotate. So don't over-rotate your head. It's just coming along for the ride. Pick a direction, rotate that way with just your upper body. I rotated to my left. When I get over there, I think about pushing my left hip forward just to counter that. Now I'm here. I'm going to dip to the back off of that corner. Then I'm going to pull myself back up tall. I'm going to take an inhale through my nose and exhale, try to rotate further, push that hip forward again. Dip towards the new corner. Pull yourself back up tall. One more time. In. Exhale, rotate. Pushing the hip forward. Dipping to the new corner. Pulling self back up tall. Now, unrotate or pull yourself back to center through your core. Wow, great. Other side, same moves. Forward first, squared up. Rotate. Find that new corner, watch your head. Dip off that corner. Lift yourself up. Rotate further. Try to push that hip forward. Dip off that new corner. Lift yourself up. Inhale. Rotate. Exhale. Dip. Hips are forward. Pull yourself back up. And then pull back to center. That was lovely. We'll do another one like that in a second. Until then, we're going to come down to our kneeling lunge and do a nice little hip flexor stretch. Stage manager, can I have a mat, please? Manager. Don't let that go to your head. Okay. Coming down to the kneeling position, our lunging position. I have a mat. I find the floor a little hard. Put a towel, put something underneath there. Put one foot in front. Let's do our level hips here. So pelvis is your punch bowl. Don't spill your punch, but spill it right now. Hike your hip, pull it down, level your punch. Now, spill your punch out your belly button, tuck your punch under. It now should be level in all directions. The back glute is squeezed. Stay up tall. Start scissoring your legs together, pulling the floor underneath you. I'm squeezing this cheek. This foot isn't moving, but it's driving and pulling together. Hold. 3, 2, relax, but don't go anywhere for a second. Whew. Let's keep that level. Keep squeezing. Start pulling the floor together. That causes and pulls a little bit of shift forward. That knee starts to go over the toe. Hips are still square. Stay where you are. Keep pulling together underneath you. Keep squeezing. Drive this hip through. Stay tall. Pull. 3, 2, relax, don't go anywhere. Whew. Ready? Gather up tension one more time. Pull the floor together, squeeze the glute. Maybe that causes one more shift forward. Stay square, stay tall, keep squeezing. Now drive this leg forward and away from you to push yourself back. Oh, relax. Pull the leg underneath. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Pelvis punch first. Lift it, pull it down. Let's do that one more time. That felt too good. Lift it, pull it down. Spill it out your belly button. Scoop it back under. Level across the hips here. This is harder. Squeeze this back cheek. Start pulling the floor together under you. Staying tall right now. Staying tall, pulling. I'm really pulling that front foot into the ground and that back leg forwards. Keeping this glute squeezed. 2, 1, relax, don't go anywhere. Breathe through your nose. Gather up tension again. Start squeezing that back cheek. Start pulling on that front leg that knee starts to drift over the toe. Stay square up, stay here, pull together underneath you. Squeeze cheek, hold, 3, 2, relax, don't go anywhere. Whew. Regather, start pulling, start squeezing, start maybe drifting forward but staying square, extending that back hip. Hold, pull, together, 3, 2, keep the tension but drive away, push forward to go back. Keep that back hip squeezed, 3, 2, and relax. And come out of that. Come out of that safely. Well, that was a lot. Great. Thanks for joining today. I had a great time. I worked pretty hard there. I don't know if you can see it.
I know, my
So did
shirt's
Ian.
all dark now.
All dark.
Instead of being spotted.
Well, today is the day we can our 300 beans. Yes, it's up from 200. We picked another 100 yesterday. Today we can 300 beans.
It's gonna be a hot one.
It is going to be hot, so wish us luck and hope for
Pop, pop.
pop, pop, pop. Until next time, which we'll maybe see you Tuesday night for our kettlebell class. Stay tuned for the workouts this week. They'll be in your inbox soon. Questions, let us know. Like us here, there, and everywhere. And until next time, I'm Lauren. This is Ian. We're still on one mic, but we're getting a second one soon. We'll see you soon. Stay strong. Enjoy bars and bells all the time. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.